Hello folks, welcome to this week's edition of the Satori Traders Precious Metals News. Let's jump right into the charts. We'll start with gold in the daily time frame. Very nice action in the precious metals sector last week. So we have gold on Thursday pressing strongly, very nice bullish candlestick on Thursday. Pushed right up into resistance, multiple resistance layers there. We've got the median line of the Sanders pitchfork, pushed right through the 50-day moving average. That was very bullish. On Friday, continuation higher, so a continuation of the new uptrend, what we assume is a new uptrend, but again, pushing into multiple layers of resistance, median line of the pitchfork again, and most importantly, in my opinion, the most significant resistance throughout the precious metals sector. Just about any stock or index or ETF you want to look at, we've got this downward sloping correction channel. We're at 6-7 months now, and pretty much across the board, we're bumping into or dealing with the top of that downtrending channel. And so we can very clearly see that here in gold. But everything's looking good. We had our buy signal. MACD is almost back up into the bull mode. A continuation higher, and MACD will be in bull mode. Energy is very elevated. Once price pushes through that resistance, we've got the next layer of resistance right overhead. This is it's 1810 to 1820. And we can see here it was acting as support, fail, tried to regain, fail. Now it becomes resistance. And so we can assume that that will be resistance again on the way back up, and then muddled or confused action in that 1810, 1820 range. That's gold. GLD, we just want to see that we got some volume, and sure enough, there's Thursday, Friday with rising volume. Again, MACD almost into bull mode, elevated energy, nice pop. You know, we can see this is a high energy price movement here. Here we are Wednesday sitting on the 20-day moving average. Thursday we get a big gap on the open, a bullish candlestick using the 50-day moving average as support, and then a continuation Friday, another big gap on the open Friday, and then just kind of stagnated at that level. So anyway, that was the key thing in GLD. Wanted to see whether we had any volume on that bullish movement in gold. In silver, so again, same story, Thursday, Friday, very nice action. Some people might be disappointed with the Thursday, Friday that silver didn't just, off to the moon immediately, but we can see that we ran into resistance at the 50-day moving average both on Thursday, and then on Friday pushed through the 50, but then sellers came in and pushed price back down, so actually closed below the 50 on Friday. And then this is a sliding parallel to the Andrews pitchfork that we've been watching. Let's go back and look at that. When we're dealing with sliding parallels, when we get this is one of the cases where a sliding parallel is useful. So we got this overthrow below the median line of this fork. And so as soon as we see this low, we can draw a sliding parallel. It may or may not come into play in the future, but this is the earliest that we can draw a sliding parallel. And then we see, that's 3 months later, price is coming down and testing that level for support on 2 days there, support again, support fails. There we are testing that level as resistance from below, and now that's where we are again in silver, is that we're testing this sliding parallel from below. In an uptrend, what was support turns into resistance. And so that's what one of the layers of resistance that silver is dealing with, and then obviously the 50-day moving average. Buy signal from an oversold level, rising up towards bull mode, energy elevated. So silver looking good here, and price back again above the 50-day moving average. So bullish action there. Let's look at SLV to check the volume. Not as much volume as we would like to see, but we did get a bump up on Thursday, Friday. So we did get some volume coming in Thursday, Friday. clearly running into the 50-day moving average. In the mining stocks, this is GDXJ in the weekly time frame, and what I believe we're seeing is the end, it's the transition of this downtrend. So again, this is the 6-7 month correction downtrend. The downtrend, I believe, turned into a sideways range or a sideways grind for several weeks, and then here transitioned back into whatever behavior is going to come next. In my opinion, that behavior is a new uptrend. And so far, that's what we're seeing. And we can see here in the weekly time frame that essentially all of last week's candle was above that downtrending channel. So, and a nice energy rising, MACD hinting at a new buy signal. So that's nice action there in the weekly time frame of GDXJ. This is GDXJ in the daily. We got some nice volume came in on Friday. MACD's actually back into bull mode here in the daily time frame. And in general, I like rules of thumb. And so rule of thumb, when MACD is in bull mode, that's when both indicator lines are above the 0 level of the indicator. That's bull mode in MACD. And in general, the primary trend is going to be up when that is the case. And so another positive thing occurring in the mining stocks. Let's look at the big picture here. So last week we were in here, testing resistance, like I was just saying, testing resistance at the top of this 5-6 month downtrending channel, and then dealing with multiple levels of resistance and support from moving averages and pitchforks and etc. Let's focus on Thursday, Friday. So Thursday, and let's expand this action. So on Thursday, we can see clearly big bullish breakout. Nice candlestick there. This is 50, the round number at 50. It appears that we ran into resistance. Sellers came in, sold that round number. On Friday, very nice. We got a bullish gap open, and then throughout the day, somebody selling off GDXJ, but all they accomplished was testing the 50 as support, and we can see that buyers came in and clearly were buying 50 as a support level. And so anyway, that very nice action on Friday, again with some elevated volume. There you can see MACD in bull mode. Nice in the mining stocks. The silver mining ETF, same thing, elevated volume, nice bullish push on Thursday, broke us out of this downtrending channel. And we can see in SIL, we had our first channel, and then when silver became so bullish, this channel offset. And so this pink line is parallel to the first channel, and you can see that we got another multi-month downtrending channel. It's just offset because silver's so bullish. And I just point that out in case you didn't hear what I just said, because silver's so bullish. And that's what we're seeing here in the mining stocks. And so anyway, nice bullish candle there on Thursday, clearly gave us a breakout from that downtrending channel, and then follow through on Friday, mostly above the 200-day moving average, bumping into resistance at the median line of that Andrews pitchfork. So very nice action in the mining stocks. Let's just take a quick run through a few mining stocks. This is NOVO. I like NOVO. I believe that we're going to see very good things from NOVO in the future. They announced an equity raise last week, $22 million, and nobody was expecting it, basically. The assumption was, as a new producer with the mill open and now able to produce gold and sell it on the market, that we wouldn't see any more equity dilution. Obviously, that's not the case. And that's one of the things that we have to deal with as investors in the mining stock sector, is that because these companies are able to go to the market and raise funds by diluting shares, sometimes they do, and we don't have a lot of control over that. Anyway, that's what's happened. NOVO announced a $22 million equity raise that nobody was expecting. What happens in the junior miners in particular is that as soon as they announce that they're going to issue new shares, the brokers immediately short the existing shares because they know or assume that they will be able to pick up shares from the newly issued batch. And not only will they be able to replace their shorts, along with covering their short, they will get a free warrant. And that's the juicy bit. They'll break even or make a little bit of money on their short, but they'll get a free warrant out of the deal. And so anyway, that's what happened to NOVO. It is what it is. Part of any startup company, the challenges, you never know what kind of challenges you're going to run into. So what NOVO is dealing with, the Nullagine mill became available, and 100% made sense for Quentin and NOVO to acquire that mine. It would have been silly not to. And so, of course, they did. The challenge that they're dealing with is that the mineral resource that will really make that mill shine and consequently make NOVO's bottom line shine, that resource doesn't have an agreement yet with the native peoples. And production can't occur until that agreement is in place. And for the whole last year, that negotiation process has just stopped because of COVID. And so unfortunate timing that NOVO acquired the mill. They've got ore to feed the mill, but it's not the juicy stuff. The juicy ore is not available yet. They've got to get that agreement in place. And so it's unfortunate that COVID is affecting NOVO this way, but that's what's going on here. This is Bob Moriarty talking about this. So it's the Agena property. That's the one we're talking about. That's the real asset that will make the Nullagine mill shine. And there are two groups of native peoples that we have to get agreements with, did the $22 million share. Oh, and that's the point. So because NOVO now owns this mill, it becomes an operating expense. It's not inexpensive to staff and operate a mill. We found gold, very nice action, Thursday, Friday, break above the 20-day and the median line of this shift pitchfork, bumping into resistance again, obvious resistance level, very nice volume on Thursday and Friday. MACD, new buy signal, energy rising, Newfound's looking good. I've pointed this out multiple times. Newfound is in process of acquiring a listing on the New York Stock Exchange. NYSE ARCA is most likely where they'll list initially. So, but very nice action in Newfound. Lion One's bumping along. I was hoping to see some more bullish action from Lion One before this, but nice volume coming in on Thursday and Friday. We can see investors are getting bored. We'll continue. Altamira Gold. This is, if you're interested in the penny stocks, this is some nice action in a penny stock. And fortunately, this penny stock happens to have Quentin Henney aboard as a technical advisor. And so that's certainly a positive sign and some bullish price action. The stock acts like it wants to run. We can see energy rising and elevated. MACD, that's, if it's not already a buy signal, it's darn close. We can see we just got, on Friday, we got a little bit of a green histogram. So that almost certainly is a buy signal there. Investors kicking in, clearly they're interested. Nice uptick in volume. So anyway, if you're interested in playing with penny stocks, that one looks like it wants to move. And again, Quentin Henney's aboard. With any mining stock, it's pretty easy to go out and look. If you go to their website, on just about any of them, you're going to find under investors, presentation, and then, just go look. Most of them do a real fine job of explaining what they're up to, and they keep these things up to date. So it's always a good starting point with a mining company. And let me emphasize while we're talking about it, do your due diligence. This is your hard-earned money that you're looking at investing, whether it's in mining stocks or whatever. do your due diligence, do some research. It's not that hard. So Altamira, they are mining in Brazil, 8 projects, 190,000 hectares. That's a huge land package. They've got a gold resource, obviously. You can dig in, see what the project's up to. Today, I'm just focused on that's bullish action price-wise. So let's keep rolling. Okay, back into our regular charts. This is the US dollar in the weekly time frame, and I'm thinking more this week that the dollar's demonstrating that the uptrend is over. And of course, one of the question marks that I've had on this uptrend all along is whether it was just a corrective move, so just a bear market rally in this downtrend, bear market rally, rollover, and a continuation down, or was this the start of a new long-term uptrend? And so that's been a question mark here. The action in the past week is pointing more towards this was a bear market rally and now a dollar's rolling over again. We can see that in the MACD and stochastics as well. But still, we don't want to count it out completely yet. So let's drop down into the daily time frame. Actually, let's drop all the way down to the 4 hour. So if you were actually trading this market, and of course as Americans we're all trading this market because the US dollar is that's whatever we're doing, that's the currency that we mostly deal with. So in the 4 hour time range, we can see, that was Wednesday, I believe. This 92, this is 92, the round number, was acting as support, test, and fail. And so fail clearly in this time frame, and weak enough that we didn't even get a retest of that level as a resistance. So price, or the dollar, just kept dropping lower. And then we've been bumping along in this trading range for the last week. And then on Friday, dropped down below that range even. So more weakness demonstrated there. And so let's pop back up to the daily time frame. And we can see that the price is sitting on that support area with the 50-day moving average and then the lower median line of this Andrews pitchfork. So next level of support, if we do continue lower, is this 91.35 is a horizontal. You can see it was acting as support. And so we might expect support at that level if this downtrend continues. So interest rates, there again, we got a pullback. Here in the weekly time frame, it looks like just a pullback so far, just a pullback and a test of the 10-week moving average as support, and did find support and close above that level last week. So, but we do have MACD rolling over, stochastics or energy rolling over. I put this is Fibonacci retracement. So what we're looking at is a retracement of this impulsive movement. And so a 38% retracement would take us back down to basically the 1.5% level. So if we don't find support here and turn back up, the next level of support is down here 1.5 and a 382, 38% Fibonacci retracement there. In the daily time frame, again, we can see on Thursday we got a strong and impulsive break through this support level. On Friday, we gapped back up and testing that level from below. So again, support turns into resistance, and that's where we left it on Friday. Now we're into the equities, which obviously we had strong push in the equities last week. Here's Thursday, big bullish candlestick that took us up through, finally pushed strongly through multiple layers of resistance. Top of this channel. On Friday, we got a continuation higher, jumped through some more resistance levels, bumped almost into the 4,200 round number with some other resistance prior to that. So super bullish action in the equities. We'll see how big can they blow the bubble before it bursts. So the Dow bumped into the 34.3 level, and stopped there. Everything is just super elevated. Nasdaq pushed up through that resistance level, and then on Thursday, Friday, pushed up into the next obvious resistance level. So no indication that the move is going to stop yet, but we do have some overhead resistance to deal with in the equities across the board. Brent, bullish move last week, brought it up to a resistance level. MACD's back into bull mode and a new buy signal last week. So would expect to see push higher there, although it certainly, that is strong resistance there. We got 3 candlesticks there unable to push through that level. So folks, I think that is going to wrap us up for the week. Have a fantastic week going forward. I hope it's super profitable.